Did you guys know that they added a drinking emoji? Check it out. What it do, dudes? This is great. I'm making it happen again today. Some more Borderlands. Hope you guys are having the best kind of day. I'm having the super most amazing best day of my whole entire life. Just sitting in front of the old bridge. The old super scary bridge that shouldn't look so scary, but I love how cool it looks that I decided to keep it anyway. It's just amazing, super awesome. Guys, we got crazy stuff going on. So many things we've done today. You guys won't even believe the things we've accomplished. Do you see? Take a peek. Can you peek at the village? It just looks, oh, there's so much we've done. It's gonna blow your mind. You're probably like, oh, Great White, oh, it takes a lot to blow my mind. You're not gonna blow it. But then by the end of the video, you're gonna be like, holy crap, you really did blow my mind. Wow. First off, let's look at this. I don't like that. Let's fix that. Can I get a piece of stone, please? All right, we got it. Let's place it right there. Perfect. That looks much better. Now, guys, let's just jump right into it. I gotta stop yelling at you. I don't mean to. I just get very excited. I'm very excitable. Hey, look at this thing we did. We kind of took a little, we revisited this little spot over here. We had the little, this is a little inn by the springs, right? This is where the inn, where the people will show up and they'll be like, oh, it's been a long journey and I'm quite weary and I must rest. So they'll buy a room at the inn and then they're right next to the springs. So they'll kind of go and hang out and do some fun stuff in the springs. We've done some sweet edits here. We've made some cool adjustments. I want to show you guys. So we come through the bridge, you get out of the mining tunnel, you finally make your way through and then you're like, oh, okay, well, this is a cool, scary bridge. I love it. Let's get through it. And then bam, you have the option to go this way, or we finally made a little path leading up to the we'll do it in third person. That's a little bit more fun. A little path leading up to the inn. So we got some rails just to keep you safe so you're not falling off or going somewhere you're not supposed to. And, you know, while you're on your way up here though, all third person does look nice. Check it out in first person. Look at this. When you're on your way up, you're like, oh, look at that little view you got. That's a pretty cool little view of the springs on your way up. It's actually pretty neat. I think that worked out really well. And that blue behind the water really shines through from this angle. Like, look how crisp that blue looks with that water. I love it. I love it. Look, it's super good. So go back into third person. We got another little twisty thing here. And this little yellow brick staircase leading us up and then into the inn. So it's like a super good. Super good. It's like a super good. Okay, good. Let's move on. Let's put it in my mouth. Quit making noises. All right. So the next thing we did is I did this crazy thing here. We did this little side thing leading to the tunnel. Now this tunnel isn't complete. I don't like to do these on stream. I need to like, I do the into tunnel stuff in my free time because it's really dark and probably annoying to watch on stream or on video. So I just do this in my free time. I haven't had a chance to complete this one yet. Oh, we got a little bit of a flooding issue down here, huh? A little bit of a water issue. We'll fix it eventually. But this tunnel, eventually, you're gonna go through here and you're gonna use this to go up. And I know it's super dark. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry it's so dark, but eventually you go up and then you'll come out here, right? So that tunnel down there will lead up and then you'll come out here. And out here, when you come out of this tunnel, we've got this little like, it's like a dock sort of. I decided since it's gonna be like a water area, I thought a dock would be a cool way to create a little path type thing. And it goes a couple different directions. You can go up here if you wanna go this way. It'll lead you up to this part of the springs. And from here, yeah, you can go down your little slides if you want to. Whee! You can slide down. It actually kind of looks like he's sliding. It's actually that actually gives a pretty good effect. That's nice. Or you can make your way up this slide if you wanted to. And then from here, you can get into the little secret tunnel that we have. Super secret tunnel. Yeah, there's lots of secrets in there. You can check it out if you wanted to. But yeah, that's a thing we made. I think it's super cool. And then there's also the docks. They lead down this way. Now, the docks, we have this really cool idea. We're gonna have it lead down. Oh, here's another way in. You can get into the, you can go down this slide if you want to now. Whee! Not quite as effective. You're really just running down it, but you get, imagination. You just use your imagination. Yeah, there's a little way in there if you want to. Or you can go down and then across, then over, and then down here. Now, what's up with the spot? Why do you even have a path leading down there? Well, initially, when we were building this, we were like, oh, what do we need? What do you need up here? You need like, maybe like a little outhouse would be a fun thing to make. But gosh, let me tell you guys, making an outhouse in this game is not an easy thing to do because you have your toilets, right? Here, where's the toilet? There's a toilet right there. So we can place a toilet, right? And then we can put something around it. Maybe it's too wide, right? Okay, sure. And then we need a door there, which is perfect. We could totally do a door. We've got these doors right here. These are actually windows. Where is it? Where am I looking for? What am I looking for? There's a little tiny, it looks like this, but it's a different color. There it is. This thing. We'll go like this. We'll put a door on it, right? Perfect. You sit on it. Okay. Sit. Okay. We'll close the door. We have some privacy while we're using the potty. You sit on it, right? I mean, that's the closest thing we can get to an outhouse, but it's, you know, it needs to be one taller. So we go like this. And then go like that. But now, if we do this, you come in here, you close it, and you sit. I can't quite. Okay, would you? It doesn't work right. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Now it gives the impression, like you say, oh, that's an outhouse. Like, okay, who's just agree it's an outhouse? It could look like that. I mean, that's one option, but it's such a basic little weird looking outhouse thing. And we decided not to do it. So I'm gonna destroy that. But if you guys like the outhouse, if you have ideas for what we could do here, maybe instead, let me know in the description. I'd love to hear your ideas. Or if you want to help more live in the action, get in the description of this video. There's a link to our Twitch, to I guess my Twitch, to the Twitch channel that we have for the channel. And you guys can actually come and help out while we're building stuff. And you can help me think of amazing things live in the action. Super fun stuff. It's a good time. But that's kind of what we got going on over there. We really kind of made this a little bit more complete. It looks a little bit better. I love the little brick staircase thing we got going on. The little path leading across, little decorations on the side of the house. It really, really ties the thing together. It makes it look super good. I'm loving it. Super, super loving it. It's amazing. Now, outside of that, not really a lot of changes over here. We haven't done too much on this side of things outside of that. Now, this is where the big changes come into play. Guys, I don't think you're even ready for it. I just don't think you're even ready for it. So, but we're gonna, okay, if you're not ready, just leave now. You close the video, but please don't, because I want to show you. So we added this thing. So I was racking my brain trying to figure out what we were gonna do for the entrance of the city. We decided to go with like a little, like, not quite a castle per se, but like a guard tower, sort of. You know, what they're gonna use to let people in the city. It's like something you gotta go through. Plus, it has the added benefit of hiding the city, so you can't see the edge. So I'll kind of get into detail why I wanted to do that in a moment here, but I want to show you first how we did this. So you kind of got this is where like the guard will be standing and it'll be like watching. It'll be like, hey, who goes there? And you'll be like, I have a delivery from the fort at the beginning of the build that doesn't have a name yet. And it'll be like, what's the delivery? And I'll accidentally place a block on accident, and then we'll clear our inventory so we don't do that again. And then I say, yeah, it's, and then you'll be down here and be like, it's hot dogs. We brought hot dogs. You'll be like, I don't know what a hot dog is. And then there's a bunch of the back and forth. And eventually they let you in. So they'll lower the drawbridge, and then you'll go in. You're like, you're in the city, and you're bringing your little caravan convoy thing. And once you're in here, you got a little turn to the left. And if you are by yourself, if you don't have like a cart with you, because I don't know if you guys know, oh man, I'm all over the place today, but there are carts in the game. You got these fancy little carts that you can totally have. You can't actually drive them or anything, but ideally you bring your cart through. You'd be like, oh, I got my cart and I'm coming through here. And you bring your cart, and if you have a cart, you're not gonna fit down here. It's just not gonna happen. You can try, but God, that's not gonna fit in there. You really believe that's gonna fit in there? No way, just forget about it. Forget about it. You have to bring it over here. And then this way, we have this, a little elevator thing, right? This little elevator thing you use to lower yourself down and then out the doors. But if you're by yourself, there's no point in using that giant elevator. So instead, you can take these little stairs we created, and these stairs lead you down to the same spot where you can go out. Now, hopefully you don't crush yourself under the elevator if you don't notice it being lowered, but that's something I just thought about literally right now. So maybe we'll have to find a different solution, but for now, it's gonna be fine. I'm not worried about it. Now, over here, we have this door. This door actually leads to the upper part of the guard tower. This is where we'll be able to like actually walk around and see things and look out and be like, oh, look, there's people coming. Oh, there's people coming. Oh, call, fire, sound the alarms. I don't think we have alarms. Ooh, maybe we should put a bell over here. Maybe not. I don't know. You know, these are things I'm thinking about though. But yeah, just like spots for you to look out and see things. I think it's a pretty cool little design we got going on. I think it worked out great. We got the grates on the top, on the floor here, so you can see through who's walking through. So you always got an eye. You always know what's going on. Can't be caught by surprise unless you're asleep on the job. Hopefully you're not, though, because if you are, I'm probably going to fire you from being a guard. We got the windows and stuff out here, too. It looks pretty cool. We did the blue. You see we did the blue for the roof, and it tied in well with these banners that we have hanging on the walls. I think it looks great. I think it looks great. So awesome stuff. Lots of help from people on Twitch to make this. Now, let's take a look. So are you guys ready to get your minds blown? When you open these doors, bam, city. You're in a city. You're in the city, and it's happening, and it exists, and it's amazing and perfect in every way. Okay, guys, we have a lot to talk about today. We have so much to cover, and I'm going to try and hurry to get through it all for you. So, first off, we've added a couple more. Well, there's another house here. We have another house we've created. Oh, I cannot go into the details of every single thing that we've placed, but you can see we've done a lot with the detailing. We've placed a lot of like little hedges and bushes and stuff. Oh, there's so many things I want to tell you about. This is another fake house. If we open the door, it doesn't go anywhere. Like, you can get in here, but it's not going to do anything. It's just there to make it look like there's not an edge of the world over there. So I want to make it feel like you're in this city. You're not necessarily close to the edge of the world. So it's all about creating this illusion. I'm going to try not to say that too much more. I know last episode I said we're creating illusion like 100 times. You guys know what we're trying to do. So you get what's going on here. We've got a whole line of houses just there to do that purpose. Now, serve that purpose rather. Now, for the decorative stuff, there's one thing I wanted to show you guys. Do you notice these little hedges that we have going on? I use these all over the place in this build, and I want to show you what those are. Those aren't actually like a one tall bush that you can use. Actually, what I did is I took this. We have the spring tree. The smallest form of the spring tree actually looks like this. This is the same thing as this. All I did is I sunk the ground one. I went down here. I placed a dirt block right there, right? And then I would come over here. Now that I've placed the dirt block that's sunk down one, and then I'll take this spring tree bush, and I'll place it just like that. And that's how I create those hedges. And I think they're super, super awesome. They look better than any of the other hedges available in the game, I think. I think it looked just great. And any of the other bushes, like these would work, but I just think these give like like an actual hedge feel. I think they're awesome. Awesome. Now, in this space right here, we had this little square, so I added we decided to add a little well, and the reason the well is there is because when you show up, if you have your cart and it's being pulled by horses, you're gonna need to put your horse somewhere. So we created a little barn. Check it out, we made a little barn. So there's a little barn for you to store your horses when you show up. There's a little hitching post right here. Compliments of Mamito-san. She was super helpful in letting me know that you just need to do a 2-wide thing, and it makes it look like a hitching post, so we decided to go with that. It looks really good. So you can hitch your horse up, or if you're gonna be here for a while, you can go ahead and store your horse in the barn. We already have some horses in the barn. Check it out. There's some horses over there. Really cool, huh? Yeah, it's pretty cool. And we got a little farmer there feeding his horses. That worked out super, super well. So we just kind of did a pretty traditional barn design. We got some cat and mouse going on. Little cat's chasing around the mice. Get him, cat. Get him, cat. No, run away, micey. Run away. Oh, God, don't get caught. Oh, it's so exciting. So exciting. Things are never dull here. Now, we got a little salt block for the horses to eat. We've got, obviously, the stable where the horses are kept back there. They're on some straw. We've got a little ladder. This is the closest thing I get to a ladder. I stack these fences on top of each other, and it kind of creates the ladder effect. You couldn't actually climb it, but check it out. Up here, we have... Oh, we're supposed to have... Oh, he's gone. Oh, he must have gone... He must be on top of the mountain. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. I bet if I go out here, I can find it. Hold on one second. You're up here, aren't you? Oh, no, he's not. He's gone. Has he just disappeared? Did he just disappear? Where'd he go? There's an owl. We're supposed to have a barn owl in there. You can hear him, but he's just not in there. Did he go maybe back by the horses? Oh, he is back by the horses. How'd you get in there, you big dumb dummy? Oh, God, why? I tell you, the pets in this game. Ooh, oh, pets in this game, I tell you. But these horses are just mannequins, and we put horse heads on them. That's how we got that to happen. They look super weird if you actually climb up there, but if you stay back here, it does a pretty good job of creating that illusion that they're actually horses, because there are no horses in the game. It's so sad. But we've done a pretty good job taking care of that problem, I would say. I need to turn his head so he's licking the salt block. That would make more sense. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think it turned out great. It's a neat little barn. I'm pretty happy with it. No qualms with the barn. I think it was awesome. Went through a lot of phases building the barn. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but I think we really nailed it. Yeah, very happy with it. Very happy with it. But yeah, next thing we'll look at, we kind of walk down this path. Now, oh yes, so Let's kind of zoom out here and get a look. So we've done quite a lot here too. So a couple new additions to the city. And I know it's not a huge addition over the last video. You'll have to forgive me. We've been trying to take our time and really make things look as good as possible with this build. So let's start, let's start right here. So this is our school. We created a little school for the children. The chitlins need a place to do their learning, so we created a little school for them. It's even got a bell. We kind of went with like the one-room schoolhouse kind of feel. That's what I was going for with this build. So what we can do is if we look inside here, I won't bore you guys too much with the exterior. Get a quick look at it, kind of do a round thing. The roof turned out really good. Okay, we're gonna spend some time in the exterior. The roof turned out really good. We did some cool things with it. We started off making a boring roof, and then we just kind of molded it into this more interesting design. And I think it worked out great for us. We got the cool bell tower on the top. We used the gray concrete that we used for the walls. We tied that in at the top as a part of what's holding the bell tower up. And like a one-room schoolhouse a lot of times is what I understand. One-room schoolhouses would also double as like a church sort of. So we kind of tried to go for like this church school combo kind of look thing. And I think it worked out really well for us, especially with the bell tower up there. But if we take a look inside, we've got, bam. So we got like rafters in the roof, which is pretty cool. Those dark refined wood rafters, I tied into the outside. So we have these beams of dark wood on the outside too. I kind of used those and then tied them in and used them to create the rafters as well. So if you follow this all the way to the outside, that's where the beam is. And I think it worked out really well. In here for the school, I gotta give a shout out to Jez Sunshine. We toured one of her builds not too long ago, and she used this idea, doing the pillars with the book on top. Really, really great idea. So I stole that for the desks for the students. It doesn't take up a lot of space because we don't have a lot of space to work with. That's really convenient, and it just really sells the whole. It's a class thing. Also, this was really cool. I cannot remember if this was Nikki Mar Sapphire Daisies, so I'm just going to give them the usual shout out. Nikki Mar Sapphire Daisies are the best. They help me so much with all the builds on Twitch all the time. And they had this idea to put a mannequin here and give him a wand like it's a stick he's using to point at something on the chalkboard. So it kind of is our little teacher. The outfit, we're still toying with the outfit. I just threw that one on in a hurry when I was kind of doing the build. I think it looks great. It could be better. He looks like a circus master kind of thing. It's a little bit silly, but whatever. I'm not worried about it. Obviously, we got all these windows around here. We got some lighting. We just use the lamps for the lighting. We got books, obviously, and well, there's a little like science area over here. We got a little portal they could study. We've got a magnifying glass. That's not a magnifying glass. This is a telescope. No, this is not a telescope. This is a microscope. Wow. You know, three tries, three times the charm. Really got there eventually. We got a little test tube and stuff over here too. Yeah, they can tie together really well. It's a really awesome build. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. No qualms with this build. Really, really great stuff. Super happy with it. And that bell tower, oh, that bell tower is so good. And that also with the clock tower we have over there, super cool combo. I think it's great. So it's not a ton of super tall buildings, but I think it's just enough. It's just enough to make it interesting. And then, over here, this was our latest addition. So this is the most work in progress build that we have in the city right now. It's not done, maybe. I don't know. It's this caused me a lot of problems. I tried to get a little bit weird with the build when I did this. This is our library. So with this library, ooh, I tell you guys, it was causing me a lot of problems. This library was. I started off, so initially this path was going all the way through here. The path kept going straight right here and then that way. Now that was fine, but this ended up being really, really close to it because we had this little triangle of space. If I could zoom up here, that path it kept going this way, all the way through there, right? So we had this little triangle of space here, and I wanted to use up as much space as I could to make it kind of like close quarters, like, oh, you're in a city, there's not a lot of room. And ended up being really, really close to the path, and it looks really kind of not super great. So we ended up getting rid of the path going through there. We'll probably fill that in with something else. We'll see. But the way I tried to use up all that space is I marked out the center of the little triangle we had, the little triangle of space, and then I built a little circle around it, and then I stretched out some square parts on either side of it just to get this like interesting like square with a circle inside of its shape. I think it turned out pretty cool. I think it looks pretty neat, in my opinion. It caused us a lot of problems when it comes to the actual build, but I think we were able to make it into something very interesting. And that's what I wanted to go for. I didn't want to do something boring. I didn't want to do just some square building like we've done all the time. I wanted to make it something more fun and interesting. And I think for like a library, I think it worked out pretty well. So we used the large yellow brick block as the large stone bricks block as the outside. We went through a lot of iterations with the roof and the walls, but this is what we kind of settled on. Copper ceiling, yellow large brick block for the walls. And then we have this the regular yellow brick block as the kind of like patio area, like the banisters part, like the railing and stuff. And then we use like a little sand bench as the step leading up, just so it looks a little bit more interesting, a little bit more of an easy step to make. And I think it turned out great. We used some pottery, some urn things on the outside here to give it a little bit more of an interesting like look. And then we have obviously the library sign. Now when you walk in here, oh yeah, let's actually take a look. So I did some really big windows. I wanted a lot of like large windows on this. This is the best I could do. I mean, we could only get a couple on there. We could do some over here, but I think you'll see it won't work out too well once we get on the inside and you see what we did in there. But those look pretty cool. I like the windows, how they worked out. We just used those regular metal windows. These ones here, the short metal fences, but we just stacked them on top of each other, and it looks like that. I think it worked out pretty great. I like the look of those. A lot of natural light in there. That's nice. Now, if we go in, we have, so this is where it's still being, kind of worked on. So it's a work in progress. This will be like the reception desk where like the librarian is going to work and stuff. And then as we go in here, you'll see we have books stacked to the ceiling, books everywhere. And something kind of cool we did here. I'm going to get rid of this table for now. Something cool we did in here is we left this open, and then we have that second floor of books. And maybe it's not super safe, but what we did is we have these. I did the ladders again like we had in the stable, right, in the barn. But I did those there, like, you know how when you have super tall bookshelves, they have the ladders that you can slide across left and right? We have one here too. Slide it left and right, and you can use that to climb up and get, a book on the second shelf if you need to. And then we're going to have another ladder, I believe, probably over here, I guess, that you can climb up to get to this floor. And then this floor has some more books that you can choose from. Not super safe. You could fall through if you weren't careful, but you know what? I kind of like it. I like the open design. I like being able to see the bookshelves up top. We might close it in a little bit more just to make it more safe if we have to, I guess. But I really like how this looks so far. I really wanted to go with a really tall structure, and we were able to be... We got a little bit creative with the bookshelves. You can see these bottom ones, they're actually sunk into the ground a little bit because they're too tall, and we were dealing with some odd numbers. So by sinking those into the ground, I was able to maximize the amount of books we have without covering up the windows at the top. That dome ceiling, it was really cool. I was toying with the idea of trying to get a globe up here too, kind of floating in the middle, but it didn't really work out too well. But yeah, pretty cool little build. I think it turned out great. I'm very happy with it. The lighting is not done yet. That's one of the things we still have to do. That is not what the lighting is going to be. Those are just temporary. Those are just so I can actually get in here and build without having to worry about the proper lighting that we're going to be doing. And you can see we have this weird like circular thing in here, and then you can see where the rectangle comes into play over here. I think it worked out great. I think it looks super good. On the exterior, you see we did more of these hedges just to kind of help make that look a little bit more natural, a little bit less like just a big square thing stuck into the ground. I think they work out great. But yeah, one thing I love about this now that we have this building here, if you take a look, let's go. We might jump into first person in a second here, but if we come over here, this is our blacksmith, right? And then we have our little walk through to the town center thing. Like this is center building. This is our bank down here, right? So you remember this. And then if you come through here, now we finally have this feeling. You see we have, like, we're surrounded. We got stuff behind us. On every side, we have buildings. And then if we come through here, you see a little bit of the edge of the world here. We might throw a fence in there to help cover that up. But for now, it's fine. But what I'm most interested in is if you come into this place, you can look out any side. Look out this side. And I'm sorry about the frames. We're getting pretty framey in this build, and I'm not sure what I can do about it. But hopefully it doesn't get too bad. We're surrounded. We're covered with buildings on all sides. Now that's a little bit weird there. Eventually we're gonna have some stuff there too, though. But yeah, so as you're walking through here, it's really starting to get that feeling like you're in a city, like you're surrounded. There's stuff everywhere. And then on, like, now that we have that library there, even now here, we're just surrounded all the way over there. The entrance to the city. It's like it's a city. We're surrounded. There's buildings everywhere, and I love this feeling we get when we're in here. Now it's full, but it's not cluttered. We're not super closed in. It's such a cool effect. I love it so much, and it's gonna be even bigger because eventually we're gonna expand and have the market over there. That's where all the shops are gonna be, and eventually we're gonna expand up into the mountain. So there's gonna be buildings on the mountain and like different structures on there. And that's going to be really cool when we get that. And just check this out. When you're walking through here, can you imagine when the mountain's actually done being built? How cool is it going to be in the city, and then so far off in the distance, we have the tip of that mountain in sight in the city. That's going to be such a cool look. It already looks super cool, but when it's actually done being filled in, oh, that is going to be an awesome screenshot. It's going to be so good. Oh, guys, I get so excited. I can't handle it. I get so freaking excited about this build. This is what keeps me motivated, guys. I love it. And you know what else keeps me motivated? When you guys are giving me feedback. So if you guys like what we're doing here, if you dug this video, hit the like button. I really would appreciate it if you did. If you like what we're doing, definitely subscribe too. If you're not already, honestly, every time I see another subscriber show up on the channel and I check my phone and it's like, oh, you got a new subscriber, it seriously makes my day. I get so happy and so excited when I see you guys subscribing because I'm pretty transparent about my goals, guys. I really would love to be able to do this. Like, I would love to be able to run a YouTube channel as like my job. Like I work a real job and I do this as a hobby right now, but someday, like, you know, long-term goals, I would love to be able to do this. So seeing those subscriptions roll in really does mean a lot to me, and I would really appreciate it if you guys did, if you haven't already. Also, make sure you check us out on Twitch too. We stream almost every single night now. It's usually around 8:30 Central Standard Time to about 10:30. Sometimes a little bit earlier, sometimes a little bit later. Sometimes we run a little bit later, sometimes we end a little bit earlier, but it's usually around that time frame. So I would love to have you guys come and kind of give your feedback. Let us know what you're kind of thinking as far as like decisions for making the build, or just be there and be supportive and just be super nice and kind with your comments. I love that too. But, oh yeah, I didn't show you guys this, but this is a pretty quick little thing to show you. We started this side of the build too. Of course, this is going to be the market, and then this is going to be just some more housing. We'll have maybe 1 or 2 more houses over here, and then we'll kind of fill this in with something. I'm not sure what we'll do just yet, but yeah, we got some pretty nice little houses back here. I think they look pretty good. But yeah, sorry, I get so distracted. But thanks for watching again, guys. Again, hit the like button, you know, comment, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But I appreciate you guys for being so awesome and watching. You've been a pleasure as always, and I hope you guys have just the best kind of day. See you later, dudes.